Let's play frickin' Slay the Princess. This is a love story. Oh. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods.
Oh, okay.
And at the end of that path
Is a
cabin.
Cabin, sorry.
And in the basement of that cabin is a prince. You're here to slay her.
Oh no!
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Explore. The end of the world? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all...
But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics.
Do you have any evidence to back this up?
You're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task?
Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress?
Seamstress? What is a seamstress? Can someone else do this?
Oh, if only that were the case. But I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far.
Forget it. I'm not doing this.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that?
Do I get some sort of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay. Let's go in the cabin. Or to the cabin. The front of the cabin. In the cabin. Explore, take the blade. I guess like that.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Enter the basement.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Oh.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi! Hi!
Don't be a stranger.
You walk down the stairs.
Oh, she's so bad!
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
What? No way, why would you even think that? Okay, yeah, you caught me, I'm here to slay you. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. I'm gonna say that.
Then drop the knife.
We should. It'll go a long way to building trust with her. Don't you dare.
What should I say? Drop it or tighten your grip? I kind of want to kill her first, because I think it'll be a bad ending to the story. I'm gonna kill her. Tighten your grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us?
You go into this expecting to die. You're going to die.
Hesitating. Why don't you drop...
Okay. I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Squint at the princess while holding onto the blade.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you?
Are you she squints at the princess even harder.
You squint even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now.
I am going to slay the princess.
You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand.
Bruh, what the hell?
You've already lost the battle.
Why did you tell me to slay her?
She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow. We shouldn't have hesitated. But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times.
Oh my god, don't hurt me, I'm sorry.
The pointed tip
Look
of
at
her
my arm,
shoes
my
feeling
hand,
like a
shit.
pick. You had the upper hand. And now look at you.
Bruh. Did I
Is
lose?
this
Oh.
really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken.
Oh, damn.
Everything goes dark. And you die.
Oh no, I died. Chapter 2 of the tower. Oh, is that supposed to happen? Or I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again. She is not going to kill you unless you let her.
This is more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened.
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did already just happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. Which probably only happened because you didn't listen.
I did listen.
Of course we died. We couldn't land a single blow on her, and she broke every bone in our body before she decided to let us die. What were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her now? It's pointless. She's just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, but congratulations. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. The princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. If she ended the entire world, why should we even bother? Just because she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean you're not capable of slaying her.
She killed me last time. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me.
All she did last time around me was beat me to death. How can someone like that end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true,
Okay,
and
great.
that despite
The narrator is very suspicious, I think.
She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying.
You're being annoying.
Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do,
Oh,
don't
God.
pledge yourself to her.
If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
I'm the only person capable of doing this. Is a prophecy?
I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
I'm going to turn around and leave.
You're right. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Yes, I definitely know where I'm going.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Yes.
That's strange.
What?
It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
You're a cock. Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? But fine, you turn around and trek back down the
That's
path
right.
you came.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy.
Oh, I can't hear him anymore. Where am I?
What's going on? Where are we? We're dead, obviously.
We're dying again? The world around you is unwound as physical matter replaced by a textured nothingness. It is quiet. There's a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder, something other comes close. Oh. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. I need something empty I can crawl inside of. I need something shaped like me. Embrace the thoughts constricting you. I shall do that. Urgency. You have a story you need to finish. It is the only way for us to escape this place. Oh. I'm here to save you! Lie, I'm here to save you. I'm gonna actually be sincere.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Hello.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Hold on, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
What's your name?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
That's stupid. So is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
I guess.
You have all the explanation you need.
No, I don't.
You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen.
What?
But I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
But I don't think you're actually dangerous.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
I can't believe they've been keeping you down here like this. I'm getting you out of here.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful.
And if there isn't the key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You
Okay.
attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Oh no!
Is someone else here?
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely
Ah!
hesitates before raising
Jesus.
her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs.
Well, there's only one option to save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone.
She's
of
not
her
even
arm.
hesitating, holy shit.
Her limb falls to the ground. No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair,
No!
your body
No, it
steps
doesn't.
forward. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
No! Warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges.
Resist.
The blade! Move the blade! As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest,
Oh my God.
tearing through flesh and sinew.
You cock.
It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She
Why are you
doesn't
doing
hardly
that?
use a knife, does she? It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark,
And you die.
and you die.
Damn. I died. Chapter 2, The Damsel in Distress. Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
We'll see about that.
She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted,
I think
dastardly scheme.
Voice of the Smitten has a point.
Convoluted?
I'm going with them. I'm with them. I'm going to find a way to save her from that cabin.
That's right. You can't stop all of us.
We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does.
Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with?
Oh, what now?
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant.
True.
The blade is your implement.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table.
What?
The blade
There is a
sitting
mirror.
on the table and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here.
In which case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror.
I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am.
That's a great idea.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago.
And now it's gone. Pity.
A soft voice.
Hello?
Her voice. It's somehow even more
I can do
beautiful
wedding
than
bells
last
already.
time.
What the fuck?
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. There's a heavy chain
Is
around
this
her
me or
wrist,
is the window?
binding
This
her
all
to
looks
the far
different.
wall.
The window was locked before, and I feel like she looks different now.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
Well, she killed us.
Only because he made us try and kill her.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
We never saw a world end. And now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been.
This is honestly true.
I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it.
You killed me last time, and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that?
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Did we?
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us.
Do I have to cut you out again? I really didn't care that last time.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
She didn't
Yeah,
care last
yeah,
time.
yeah, you are.
Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
But before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy.
No, I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence
That is so
itself.
suspicious.
Not so sure.
I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride.
Rescue the princess,
No.
of course.
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, Yes.
Oh wait, shit! I didn't see. I accidentally skipped over it. You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try to kill her? Yes.
You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace.
Oh, she's so bad.
Are you sure you want to do this? Just one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade is buried in her back, and everyone out there is saved. Is that a threat?
You know what we'll do if you try it.
You're going to regret this.
What do we do now?
What do you want to do now?
Let me guess. End the world?
Shut up.
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before. I mean, you sort of did last time, but this is different.
She doesn't even know what she wants.
I think I want to leave, and I think...
The princess closes her eyes in
Don't say
deep
something fucked up.
reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do
Okay.
you want to do?
I want you to tell me what you want. There must be something you want. Do you want to end the world? I want you to tell me what you want.
I just want to make you happy.
She can't just want to make us happy.
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
There must be something you want.
I just want to make you happy.
What's with her eyes?
Is she broken? What's going on? What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
But what would make you happy?
I just want to make you happy.
Jesus.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right.
I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
You have to want something more than just make me happy.
Okay, I'll find something else to want if that makes you happy.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're alone right now? Like we're the only ones here?
Oh. Oh. You don't get the chance to ask another question. Something has taken her away and it's left something else in her place.
No. She was our perfect match. She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went and I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her.
You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing.
I can't believe she was taken away from us.
I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
Approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do
I
this.
can't do anything else. Ignore him. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. Oh. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin. That's insane. Look at that. You recognize the presence inhabiting the shell. It is the entity that dwells in the spaces between.
Something returns to the long quiet. It has surrendered its path of annihilation and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
You're that thing I met in the space outside the woods, aren't you? I thought that was a dream.
Vague recollections, empty tunnels without a mouth. I am sorry if I frightened you.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Solitary lights, what do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network.
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Let her out of there!
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing
Kind of, I
begins
feel
and
like.
another
I don't know.
ends?
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find.
I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
I won't. Oh! Everything goes dark and you die. Chapter 1 again, the hero and the princess. I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare.
Hello.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
I've been told things, but I'm not sure I want to believe. I'm not sure what to believe.
Believe me.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear?
What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
By Daft Punk. Can you feel it?
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice.
I made my choice. I'm locking her in the basement.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. You turn your back to the princess.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door.
I know you're still
Ah.
there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out?
That voice is creepy.
It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways.
It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Jesus.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply
That's scary,
stops
Jesus.
working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well.
She's creepy, Jesus.
A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is.
No.
Everything goes dark,
And you die.
and you die.
Chapter 2, The Nightmare. She's going to kill me again!
Again? People don't die twice. Shh. What if he hears us?
Oh, voice of the paranoid this time.
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit.
Shit!
I think you died last time, which probably we couldn't trust either of you. As far as I'm concerned, we still can't. All we did was lock her away. And how'd that work out for you? No comment. Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And your solution is to send us back in there. Do you want us to slay the princess? Or do you want the princess to slay us? Obviously, I want you to slay her. You can't just goad us into doing something by calling us special. It's manipulative. Why are you trying to manipulate us? I don't know, I kinda like being special. Okay, fine. Maybe you can goad him into doing something, but he's not even the one who makes the decisions here. I'm not goading you into doing anything. You already know the princess is dangerous. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least, she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away. It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Proceed to the cabin. Is it going to look different again, or is it going to look the same?
The interior of the cabin is plain.
That doesn't
The
look
smooth
great.
wood of the walls almost featureless.
Yeah.
We should have taken the knife again. I don't think she's going to take an olive branch. We need something sharper. You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness. More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
I'm going to talk to her.
Didn't you hear my warning a minute ago? She can't be trusted. Something tells me she isn't going to be very keen on talking anyway. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs.
And?
As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make...
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you. There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
Already?
No little knife this time. It's almost like you want me to get you.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Heart, lungs, liver. No, that'd be a trap beat.
Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. Heart. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. The way out of here is nowhere to be seen. That isn't my fault.
Why won't you finish me off?
Because I don't want to. And even if I did, I don't have to. Look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have to keep your heart pumping right now. And I'm enjoying the show.
The princess leans forward, bringing her masked lips close to your ear.
If I want to see you gone, all I need to do is break your concentration.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. She slowly runs her velvet glove across the base of your neck. It feels like static. And then... Shit, make her stop. Hey, snap out of it. Okay, deep breath. Deep breath, we're fine.
What happened after you killed me last
I
time?
tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then, well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too. I don't think I can leave without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
If you need me alive, then why did you threaten me on the stairs? Why didn't you try being nice to me?
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you? And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time.
I was sent here to stop you from destroying the world. I can't just let you do it.
Destroy is such an unenlightened way of putting it. So sudden, so violent, so little nuance. I'm not going to destroy the world, but I am going to hold it in my
That's the
hands
same
and
thing, Thicc.
squeeze it.
People will die if you do to them what you've done to me.
But everyone dies eventually. They're all full of wet, writhing things, and in the end, each and every one of them gets unwound.
And if I let you out, what then? We go separate ways like Resident Evil 4? What the hell?
Oh no, definitely not. If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful.
Good luck charm? What the hell?
Don't worry. I'll make sure to take good care of you. I promise.
Being around you is agony. I'm not going to stick around.
Oh, we both know that you don't have a say here.
Are you sure about that? Give it enough tries and I'm bound to win eventually. And maybe you don't get to come back like I do.
Is that a bet you're willing to take? Imagine climbing a mountain of lifetimes. And when you finally reach the summit, when you finally win, the only view you find is me. And then I touch you. And you go tumbling all the way down those millions upon millions of battered and broken pieces of you that couldn't make the cut.
You're a lunatic, you know that?
I am what I am. And right now, I'm in control. So, you might want to be a little nicer to me.
I'm not doing any of this. I'm not helping you leave and I'm not going to try and kill you, so do your worst. I'll do that, why not?
You poor deluded thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not? I am what I am, and you're always going to be a coward.
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down.
Oh!
You don't get the
Jesus.
chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you. Like a creeping mold,
Jesus,
the
that
complete
was-
reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken. No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone.
This is Black Space Core.
And then it's there
Or
again.
Amori Core.
Let me out.
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. recognition from your peers. Here one moment, gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Let me out!
Diagnosis.
This is weird.
It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier.
Let me out!
This is all too much. I can't keep going.
You can't keep going? Well, what are you talking about?
But he doesn't respond.
Oops, I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
Your body is dead, but you live on. Chapter 3. Oh, okay. That. The moments of clarity.
You're on a path in the...
Shit! What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing?
There was a princess, I think.
Oh, Voice of the Broken is here.
It's all so fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember. You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you? I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left. We have to let her out.
No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her. Slay? We decided not to do that, didn't we? Yeah, we're supposed to let her
another
out.
voice?
It's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here.
No,
Another
we were
one?
supposed to keep her trapped there forever. I think.
We're supposed to be unfeeling.
Voices of the Cold.
We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere. There's nothing for us to do.
There's so
We've
many
already
voices.
tried everything.
We love her, so
Oh,
we
voice of the
have to
smitten.
set her free. Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts us?
To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love. Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us.
This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
Getting back to his earlier question, how many times have you all been here?
Many times.
It feels like we've been here forever. But it also feels like we've barely been here at all. It doesn't matter. Yes, we just have to do what she says and then everything will be fine.
It won't.
It will be for us. She said so. You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine. It just goes on and on.
But that doesn't make sense. I only remember being here twice before this, and some of you don't remember to see him being here at all. Was I here those other times? Did someone else make the decisions?
What does here even mean if you really think about it?
Shut up. You were here.
Every single time. You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order.
What if we don't go back to the cab?
We've tried that. It doesn't work. Our hearts always brought us back to her. The deck is stacked. So many paths, and they're all circles.
Can you make sense of them?
There's nothing worth making sense of. They're clearly all traumatized.
And yet, you aren't.
Continue to do nothing.
Congratulations. You continue to waste everyone's time and do nothing. Wait, can you still hear me? Everything's getting...
Oh, not again.
Ha! It's our turn to flip the table.
This is the end, isn't it?
Everything is wrong. I
No.
don't think we're supposed to be here. Just another bout of nonsense. Again.
The world around you is unwound, as physical matter replaced by a textured nothing. Once again, memory returns. There's a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Oh. I'm going to get you out of here. Wait, there's no choice to leave her here this
Have to
time.
be kidding me.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy.
Save the princess!
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the print you
Cut down.
cut into her flesh.
I'll make this quick.
Don't do that,
She
don't do
steps
it!
forward and pries,
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Don't do it!
and then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
This is the end,
isn't it?
I'm afraid it is.
I hope it was
Everything
worth
goes
this.
dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Prisoner. That was a really quick one, okay.
Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess.
The only reason she was able to kill me last time was via that letter. Yeah.
You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right?
What proof could you possibly ask for? Literally anything. Fine.
Oh, my pockets.
Check your pockets.
Check your pockets.
You put your hands
The
in your
evidence.
pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front. Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth."
That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just
That's
forge
our handwriting?
I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. The only furniture of note is an iron table.
I'll take the blade.
You take the blade.
Good idea.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us?
You walk down
She
the
looks
stairs
different.
and lock eyes with the princess.
Wait, why are there like 3 chains?
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
That was there last time too, wasn't it?
It was.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Leave the princess in the basement, yeah.
The door locked behind us the last time we tried that, remember?
As if by divine will, just as you finish the thought, you hear a door slam. You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Actually, I'll sit closer.
Do you think this is a game? Do you think these chains take away my say in things?
As you move towards the princess, she stands, her chains clinking as she wraps them around her fists. In an instant, they're around your neck, both of you dropping to the ground
what the
as
hell?
she pulls them taut, bracing her body against yours as you struggle uselessly. The metal chains constrict around your windpipe as the princess heaves with a muscled intensity.
Drop the knife or you die.
What is she doing? We weren't trying to attack her. I can see where she might have gotten the wrong idea.
I'm gonna drop it.
As your weapon falls pathetically to the floor, the princess relieves. Your hands test the bruised flesh of your neck as you regain your senses, watching with a dazed expression as the princess snatches up the blade.
That wasn't so hard, was it?
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly
No!
as she raises the blade to her throat.
You can stay right where you are for this next part.
Don't do it!
What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
Watch an uneasy silence.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last
Jesus.
she reaches bone, the
That's
blade
fucked.
grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you.
So that's her plan.
Killing herself?
She isn't dead yet.
Finally, you hear a snap.
Oh.
Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not
Jesus.
enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, dead. Congratulations! You saved the world. I hate this.
I
Can
saved
we
the world.
Just get out of here now, please. Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
We should take her with us, don't you think?
What? No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that?
I can think of lots of reasons. A trophy, proof of our victory. Hell, we could even give her a proper burial. She did save the world, right?
You don't need proof, you don't need a trophy, and she doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave.
Even after all that, you're still not satisfied, are you?
Take the princess with you.
Ugh, fine.
You pick up the princess's severed head. Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved. She didn't. She's dead.
But what if she's not?
Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
Oh, there we go.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already... over? Is he gone? But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
No, come back! You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever send to leave memory returns.
She's gone.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Sometimes you reach forward, they're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be. And every exploration yields new and complicated truths. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right?
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being.
Let me say that again. You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've ever met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not.
I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Oh, everything goes dark and you die. I'm sorry, but I can't. Okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm sorry, but I can't trust you. This doesn't add up, and it isn't worth the risk to take your word over the potential fate of the world.
Thank you. You turn back to the...
So, what? You're going to try and kill me? You'll regret this. I promise you. But go ahead. Run along and get whatever you're planning to get. But you'd better hope that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains? She has to be bluffing, but you rush up to the first... Okay. If we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
I think we got off on the wrong foot. Do you think we can start over?
Oh, you coward!
No, I don't think we can. Why don't you come closer?
Let's finish this.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
Investigate the arm. Well, I'm gonna close the door behind me first.
You barely even realize that you've started to drift off. Pain tears you from your sleep. The princess is upon you, ripping into your flesh, unnaturally sharp teeth and claws severing arteries and digging into organs.
Jesus.
There's nothing to be done. You're already half gone. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark,
And you die.
and you die.
Just like always. Chapter 2, The Beast.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here. You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature?
I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered.
She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell.
That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously.
Maybe. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit
Oh,
pit.
this looks sick.
You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away. Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now. There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous, the princess, lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain. You are devoured. I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it. You are in a dark and caustic place. A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move. Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. You still have that steel claw. Tear through her before we are her. Survive.
Or we could use it to make this quick for ourselves. If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that.
That is a bad thing to do.
Can you talk to the cabin?
I understand it, and it understands me. Talking is for those who don't know how to listen.
You could have asked me before swallowing me alive.
I acted on my will, fledgling, and you acted on yours. The strong triumph, and the weak submit or perish.
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slough from raw muscle. You feel her take another massive step, and then another, and then... And then it's gone quiet, hasn't it?
You feel a churning in the forms around you, and then a wet tunneling before you're ejected to a place that's nowhere at all.
I guess I don't need you to be a part of me. How lucky for you. This place is cold.
Whoa. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered. I'm withering?
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold.
How can you stand to be in a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
It doesn't matter how many times I go back. At least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse.
I just want it all to stop.
It will, in time, but you still have a ways to go before we are done. Know that I hold no malice for you.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is consumed by instinct, a predator pushing those around her to adapt. She will make for a bold heart.
I'm still planning to kill you once you're done with this.
If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. But know that I do not wish you harm, even if you attempted to destroy me.
Do you know what happens to the worlds when we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen.
Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you. We will know when we near our destination.
Just tell me, bruh. I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Damn, okay. I'm going to slay the princess this time.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally. The wound drives her to the ground. Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard.
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. Your knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
Slay the princess.
Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can still make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? What's this about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle. Can you not feel all those gashes and holes pulling you apart? You collapse on the ground, and the princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both, and you watch each other fade away.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Silence as the room starts to get fuzzy around you. You've paid a terrible price, but you've saved us all. It's over.
If you think this is it, you're sorely mistaken. One way or another, I'll make sure you pay for this.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
But she died too, right? Oh, the witch. Did I already do this one? I feel like I already did this one.
That's a very good point. This princess character seems like a lot of trouble, and if you think about it, actually slaying her probably breaks us out of this cycle, right? We don't want to be stuck here forever, do we? You're laying it on a little thick, aren't you? Laying it on a little thick? What are you talking about? I'm sharing my honest opinions. What matters is that almost everyone seems to be on the same page. The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble a room. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Okay.
Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom.
And there you are. One hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like she already knows you.
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't.
When you scared me, okay? When you started gnawing your arm off, you scared me, so I stabbed you. Things got out of hand.
Things did get out of hand, didn't they? But it's hard to let bygones be bygones when they led to murder. And you started it.
I'm sorry about last time.
Smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Don't worry, the blade isn't for you or not for killing you. We're gonna get out of here somehow, right?
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
Why do I have a nagging feeling you're going to stab me in the back if I help you out here?
And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them? But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests.
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious about a potential backstabbing event. She needs us to get out of here. You won't be fine, because destruction is in her nature. Even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she's going to stab us in the back. I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back.
Okay, let's leave.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until she never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here.
You first.
And turn my back on you? Do you think me a fool? Your tricks are one of the only...
Just go first.
You're the one who said you can't leave here without me, which means I hold all the cards. Either you go first or we stay here too.
The princess leans close, her nose twitching as she sniffs your neck inquisitorial. What is she doing? I think she's trying to figure out if we're lying, so it's a good thing we didn't lie.
Your stink is the stink of a wretch, but not of a liar. If I have to go first, I'll go first. But I'll have you know my ears are sharp.
She's blushing.
And I've got eyes on the back of my head.
Eyes on the back of her head? Does she really? No, we're fine. The princess pointedly turns her back on you and starts up the stairs.
Step onto the stairs.
You follow close behind her, the two of you walking on tiptoes through the knotted roots of the basement stairs. It's time, boys! Stab her in the back! Do it! Do it now! Wait, I thought we were helping her escape. Of course we're not. You didn't buy all that noise I was putting down, did you? I was just waiting for a moment for us to strike. She has it in for us, you know.
I'm not stabbing her in the back.
You do realize that she hates us, right? If we don't make the first move now, she's going to find a way to make the first move herself. Why would she do that? She wants to leave, which means we need to work together. And she knows that. She wouldn't just act against her best interests. I don't know. If I were her, I'd betray us. Look at me right now, suggesting betrayal. The princess reaches the top of the stairs and crosses over the threshold, turning back to smile at you.
Bye-bye, you loathsome little nuisance.
Then she slams the door on you. Its lock swiftly clicks into place. Maybe not stabbing her in the back wasn't such a great idea. The princess cackles from the other side of the door.
How does it feel to be locked away and forgotten by the world? Isn't it just awful?
Please just let me out. I promise I won't be mad.
As if I could ever trust you after everything you've done to me. And after what I've done to you, you can't trust me either. Neither of us is ever getting out of here. It's in our nature to be trapped.
Okay, what happens now? I'm stuck here.
Why isn't he saying anything? I think he's gone.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't think I'd ever have to see you face to face again. Otherwise, I might have given you a little more courtesy at the top of the stairs. No hard feelings, I'm sure. Why is everything going away?
I feel cold.
And now she gets taken. Oh, I'm unraveled. Oh no.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me. This one is hope, marred by bitterness. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous and weathered heart. Do not mourn her.
Okay, that's good.
She is finally on the other
You know what's
side.
going to happen when you awaken.
If I did, I would already be awake.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
One.
Oh.
Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark and you die. Slay the princess.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push.
Oh,
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
But you don't have time to worry over such
Wait,
things.
Can I die? Okay, that was
Everything-
really fast. The adversary. Hasn't this already happened?
It hasn't. If he doesn't remember what happened, you know I can hear you, right? That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning. Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Are you sure about that?
The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in.
What's it gonna look like this time?
The cabin is tighter
Oh, okay.
than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
Okay.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head.
Not having a good fight.
You need to stay focused and keep your... As you descend the final
she's
step,
really bad in this
the
one.
form of the princess comes into view. A
Jesus,
large
she's so
shackle
bad.
leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
Oh, it's you again. I've been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
You look different.
You look exactly the same.
So you do remember me.
Oh, I remember you all right. Best three.
See? She wants to fight us again.
I'm not saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the two of us have had a few things unpacked first, like how we're both still alive.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done.
Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Step closer.
Blade held tight in your hand. You take a cautious step towards
so
the
bad.
princess. You stop a few feet short of her reach, her chains taut as she stares down at you.
She's a lot bigger than I thought she was.
Why do you sound so scared? We can take her.
Well, what do you want? Because every second we waste talking is a second we could spend killing each other instead.
Why do you want us to kill each other?
Why wouldn't I want that? Why don't you want that? It felt good last time. It felt right. And it makes sense.
Don't you want to be free?
Free?
The princess glances down at her chains.
Oh, you mean these? They're just metal. They're nothing.
She steps forward, her bindings creaking under the pressure of her strength. And then they snap. It was only a matter of time, but she's loose.
Dear Lord. What do we do?
You took the blade. How about you use it? Exactly. We do exactly what I've been telling you to do since the second we got here.
What? Did you think you were safe standing right outside my grasp? The only reason I haven't drawn blood is because I want to make sure that your heart is in it.
You don't have any wounds.
You don't either.
You're different.
I know. You already told me.
We're here because people want me to kill you.
Who cares what people want? I know what I am. I've found my purpose.
The princess flashes a sinister grin.
You.
Does she mean her purpose is killing us?
No, she means fighting us.
I'll give you a fight. Attack the princess.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess.
Here we go. Let's make this
kill me like
count.
an idiot or something?
We'll make it count, all right. As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. But she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the basement floor.
She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point? So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, this world needs you to win.
She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow, think it through, and don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action.
Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't.
Okay.
You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum.
Oh shit.
Pull it out. We'll try a different angle.
No, we can do this. Just keep pushing.
We're not gonna win if our weapon's stuck in her arm.
Keep pushing.
The princess's grin widens as the two of you push against each other, her fiery eyes and masochistic glee practically lighting up the dreary cave.
Yes, you finally get it, don't you?
I do.
Nothing exists outside of us. It's just you and me, dying and coming back, clashing against each other. Forever.
That's not what's going on. There's an entire world at stake here. Yes, the fate of the world doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is this fight. Your grip loosens from the impact, the blade still wedged in her arm as you tumble to the cold stone floor. I said we're fine. I didn't say you weren't fine. I was just describing what happened.
You might not have said as much, but you certainly implied it.
It really doesn't matter. The princess glances down at the blade embedded in her arm.
Damn.
With near total ignorance to pain,
You forgot this.
she tosses it at your feet.
Aren't you jumping the gun a little here? We each died once. It doesn't mean we're immortal.
How much more proof do you need? Would it help to watch me rise from the dead with your own two eyes? Fine. Go ahead. Stab me in the heart. See what happens.
The princess throws open her arms, exposing her chest. Is she really just... Hold on. What if this is a trick? If she's leaving herself open like this, there's only one way we can strike at her.
3 steps ahead of us.
And how would you know that?
Because I wouldn't think to trick us, so why would she?
That's a great point, so please stop hesitating and end this now.
I'll just slay her now, yeah.
The princess remains unflinching as you run her down, her stoic expression once again curving into a knowing smile as the pristine blade buries deep into her heart. Did she really just let us do that? Apparently, yes.
See you soon.
And then
Take
she
the bait from your
stumbles
bow.
back into the wall, the blade still lodged firmly in her chest. Now we don't have to die. Isn't that nice?
No, it's not nice. I wanted to fight her forever.
What is it, the
This-
guy?
This is shit. It's not fair.
Life isn't fair, but what's done is done, and whether you like it or not, the entire world is in your debt for saving it from ruin. I'm sure in due time you'll learn to live with yourself. Let's just get out of here. Yes. That sounds like a splendid idea.
Watch her body for a little while longer.
Fine. You remain where you are and watch over the princess's corpse. She remains dead.
I'm telling you, she's coming back. She said she's coming back.
She's not.
She is.
She's not coming back. She's dead. Your blade is embedded in her heart. You slew her. It's over. I don't know how many more times or how many different ways I need to express this objective reality before it finally makes its way through your dense skull.
How many different ways have you got left to express it? Because it'll take a hell of a lot more to convince me that she's not coming back.
Oh, I've got plenty.
Can the 2 of you stop arguing? No!
I'm not the only one who just saw her eyes open, right? What are you talking about? For the millionth time, she's...
Yes, I told you I'd be back.
alive. We're shit out of luck, aren't we?
I knew it. I told you all that we should believe in her. This is perfect.
And you waited for me. I knew I could count on you. I knew we were connected.
Let's just attack her again.
With an unbreakable determination, you snatch the blade from the floor and stumble back to your feet. Both you and the princess quake with adrenaline as your eyes lock across the basement floor and share a knowing look.
Here it comes. The big finish.
Free from hesitation, you close the distance, both you and the princess ready to end each other. Your blade digs into her neck, grinding against her vertebrae as her fist connects with your body and... Wait, no, really? What happened? Why did everything go dark? You died. That blow was apparently lethal. How anticlimactic.
You don't get it, do you? We're not dead. We're stronger than this. So stop whining and get up.
Saying get up is not going to change the fact that you're dead. How dense are you?
Funny that you're calling me dense when you still haven't figured it out. We can't be dead. We're just like her. All of you need to wake up and enter the new world.
You know, maybe he has a point. If we're dead, how are we still talking? Because you being dead is reality. Because it says right here that you're...
Wake up.
Well,
alive.
that's right.
I thought I lost you there, but you've figured things out, haven't you? Good. The 2 of us can finally be together.
Join your adversary.
You and the princess exchange dozens of devastating blows.
Oh, that bottom
Sometimes
right
you manage to
makes your
strike first, and sometimes she tears through you before you have a chance to act. But more often than not, each of you fells the other in the same moment. And then you get up and do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. We're all still here. This is all gonna be okay. Isn't it? Isn't it?
If he doesn't answer the voice, he'll never answer. He's gone.
What are you waiting for? I'm right here. Do you think this is... What is this place?
Did we do this?
Huh. I didn't think we had it in us. But I guess that stuck-up control freak was right.
It's the end of the world, isn't it? It's the end of everything.
Far from it. We're still here. And she's still here too.
Princess stumbles and her body slumps.
I feel so tired.
Damn. Okay, we're gonna see what's in the mirror this time. Hidden see reflection. And we are... nothing. I'm nothing. That's not good. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure faint and veiled in shadow just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Crack slides on the center of the mirror, splitting the image into glass in two. And then the crack forms in another and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job,
Oh,
isn't
they're
it?
a bird?
You needed help, after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
What are you? Are you... something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo. Likely
An
one
echo?
of many. Somebody made you, after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Others like you. You've said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Do you have anything to say for yourself for all this hubris?
I do. The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
After everything you've done to us, you think anyone deserves to live?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
Are you a part of me or are you something else?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point, I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
So you do know about the looping. So many of the times I met you, you denied it as even being a possibility. Why did you lie to me?
Perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them that you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. And for all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
True.
Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering.
And what is my true identity?
You're the Long Quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
I am. Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her.
Are you lying? I can't tell. But I've said my piece, and my
I'll destroy
time is
her.
up.
He
It's
said
like I
her,
said,
so-
I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
Also, she said that she's okay with me destroying her, so... As the final fragment of glass shattered, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast of Nascent God. And it is finally time for you to wake up. All this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of the fangs, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. Oh? Whoa. Thicc.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I've missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smells in response and then patiently waits for you to continue. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear a conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know
so you
him,
heard,
and I
she
know
heard me
his
saying that.
construct.
I don't know
He
if she's
was
in it.
deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
But I'm the long quiet. I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not.
Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is this all falling on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions I need answers before I can make a choice.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach. And you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
What is happening?
The sensation of bleeding and sweating and breaking and mending and dying and living comes back in vivid color. You feel the shame of 100 deaths and the pride of 100 conquests. All of the peaks and valleys weaving themselves into a single tapestry, free of beginning and free of end. Do you remember when we killed each other with such fervent passion that death itself no longer sat on our shoulders?
I'm gonna appeal to our shared humanity.
Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me.
A trick behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. But forever is not forever. You let me move and I slammed the door. But that is not the end. And both of us must face our partner once again. The barbs twist deeper, but they do not have to. To change is to hold the potential to rise above.
You cling to your notion of pain as suffering. There is beauty in ugliness, and love in conflict. You are the venom. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. Within, you are tightly bound and choke on heavy air as acid burns its way into your pores. But even when dissolved, you gifted me a life. Perhaps it was fear that drove you. Perhaps it was compassion. But the outcome of an act matters more than its intentions. A world without sustenance is a world without relationships. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us. Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path together to bloom. Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? What of those in the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray? I would ask you the same. There is only room for one of us to be blind here, and I know it to be you. Your lover tried to stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? Love melted into skepticism, and you pulled back layer after layer after layer, until all you were left with was the knowledge that you did not know me. You sought the truth then. Will you hide from it, now that it is within your grasp?
Come back to me.
Why would I stoop to your level when I'm offering you ascension to mine? It's so peaceful here. Beautiful, eternal, but ever-changing.
As the last few abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together. This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go. Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words.
Oh, I didn't slay her. I think I wanted to slay her, but I
The final peace
didn't.
lies with you.
Free yourself. Did I make the right choice? You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings, spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You move through the glass of the construct pressing in on you, finding you across infinite sides and infinite angles. Push back and straight against it. But it does not yield.
I love you.
Oh, she's so bad. I can take her hand. Oh, all at once the unyielding tension breaks. What happened? Oh, what the? You are free and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality, something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Step into the infinite. The heck will do it. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contain 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware, just as you've always been, and just as you always will be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone. The two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally gone. Nice. Well, that was the game. I didn't get the good ending, I guess. There's probably how many more achievements are there? 97. I only got a quarter of the achievements. So, you know. I guess that's it though. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.